Hey guys, and thanks for joining me in this video. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, and today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 fragrances for Valentine's Day. Now, when I talk about fragrances for Valentine's Day, I imagine something that is going to be mass appealing, seductive, and kind of girly, romantic, and something that a lot of people are going to like. So in this video, I'm going to share with you my top 5 fragrances. I'm going to give you a short review of each of the fragrances, and at the end of this video I'm also going to tell you which is the fragrance that I'm planning to wear on Valentine's Day. And also I'm going to tell you about each fragrance, how men react to this fragrance. So let's go ahead and get started. But before that, please take a moment to subscribe. I really appreciate your support, and don't forget to leave me a comment at the end of this video. Now, number 5 is going to be a fragrance that everybody loves. There is a huge hype about this fragrance, and there is a good reason for that. It's a very, very good fragrance, and this is by Dior, and this is Poison Girl Eau de Parfum. Now, this is one of the most loved fragrances, and it gets a lot of compliments from men. It seems like men just love this fragrance. So this is very seductive, sweet fragrance, and it's very easy to wear at the same time. It's very suitable for winter, for the fall season, for spring. I don't think it's very suitable for the summer, or at least I'm not going to wear this fragrance in the summer because it's kind of sweet, slightly delicious. You can wear it also in the summer. It's very long lasting. And this is a fragrance that has bitter orange, May rose, tonka bean, and vanilla. It has also sandalwood, but I can definitely feel the almond, and the almond in this fragrance makes it very, very kind of sexy, seductive, and very suitable for a date. So I just sprayed the fragrance right here. And now, one thing about this fragrance tends to get, the liquid of this fragrance tends to get darker with time. So mine is approximately, I think 2 years old. This bottle, I think it's approximately 2 years old. And as you can see, the liquid is quite dark. Usually the liquid is not that dark. When you first buy the bottle, the liquid is red inside, but with the time the liquid becomes a little bit darker. It still smells the same, the exact same way, but just the liquid is a little bit darker. So keep in mind, if you get this fragrance, it's better to use it, not to keep it that long, because the liquid becomes darker. So this is definitely one of the best choices for Valentine's Day, because I think that this is a very beautiful, soft, delicious, seductive fragrance that I would use for a date. It's absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous fragrance. It develops very beautifully, and it's a very long-lasting fragrance. Number 4 is going to be a fragrance that I absolutely love, and I've been repurchasing this fragrance for so many times. I don't even remember how many times I've been purchasing this fragrance. And it's one of my favorites. Now I only have the smallest bottle, and this is Prada Candy or Florale. Okay, so let me give you a close-up of the bottle, and this is a very sensual floral fragrance. It's very happy, beautiful fragrance that has limoncello, sorbet, it has peony, musk, caramel, it has a little bit of honey. So if you get the big bottle, you're going to spray it like that, like by pressing this part of the bottle. I don't have the big bottle right now because I don't tend to keep my fragrances, but if you have the smallest bottle, you just open the cap. So just like that. But if you get the big bottle, it's quite interesting how it sprays from here. So anyways, this is one of my most repurchased fragrances, and I absolutely adore it. It starts very fresh, and you can immediately feel the limoncello. You can immediately feel the citrus, you can feel the musk. And it's not a dated musk. It's not the kind of musk that makes the fragrance feel very old. It's a very youthful musk here. And also I can feel the caramel, and also I can feel the honey in this fragrance. This is a very, very beautiful fragrance. It's very girly, it's very clean, and it's slightly powdery, but very, very beautifully powdery fragrance. And this is, I would say, more like a safe fragrance. This is the fragrance that a lot of women love. Now, to be honest, not many men are very attracted to this fragrance. Usually when I ask what men think about this fragrance, they usually say that this is a very pretty fragrance, but not seductive in particular. So if you want something that is going to be seductive, this is not going to be the best choice, but it's absolutely for the spring, for the summer, and it's the kind of fragrance that I love. And this fragrance reminds me a lot of the Italian Riviera, something that I absolutely wear if I go to the Italian Riviera. It's absolutely beautiful, beautiful fragrance. So this is my number 4. And one last thing about this fragrance, if you are a fan of Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet, definitely check this out. I think that most people who love Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet usually love this fragrance as well. So for number 3, I have a quite old fragrance that is one of the most loved fragrances, and this is a very, very seductive fragrance. Again, a fragrance that gets a lot of compliments from men, and this is Armani Code Eau de Parfum. Unfortunately, I don't have a bottle of Armani Code Eau de Parfum, but this is also one of the fragrances that I keep repurchasing, but I could find a body lotion so that I can feel the scent. So this fragrance develops very beautifully. It's very seductive. It has orange blossom, and usually fragrances that contain orange blossom are quite seductive. So it has a combination of orange blossoms. It has bitter orange blossom, it has jasmine, it has vanilla, and it's a very soft, warm, well-blended fragrance that is very suitable, especially for the winter, for the fall season, for early spring also. It's a very beautiful fragrance for a date. And in this fragrance, I love the combination between fresh and spicy. I love the orange blossom and the freshness of jasmine, the warmth of vanilla, and a little bit of ginger. I really like how spicy, fresh, and sweet this fragrance is at the same time, and it develops very beautifully. It's at the very beginning, I can feel the orange blossom quite strong, and I can feel a touch of vanilla, but I can feel also very well the jasmine, and there is a hint of honey. So this is the right amount of sweet, spicy, and fresh. It's an absolute winner for me. Number 2 in my list today is a fragrance that gets a lot of compliments again, and I think I've shown this fragrance before, and this is Tresor Midnight Rose by Lancome. And this is a fruity, sweet rose fragrance. It's a beautiful fruity floral combination that is a little bit delicious. Let me spray this. This is a very girly, very flirty fragrance that everyone seems to love. Now, this fragrance gets me a lot of compliments, both from men and from women. This is a fragrance that everybody seems to love. It has rose, jasmine. It has a really beautiful opening of raspberry and rose. I can immediately feel the rose and the raspberry, and they are very well blended. I can feel peony and jasmine, blackcurrant, a little bit of musk and vanilla, but the musk here just balances the fragrance. It doesn't make the fragrance old. It's actually a very girly, very playful fragrance that on my skin, it is quite delicious. Let me give you a close-up. And also the bottle is very, very pretty, very beautiful with this gorgeous rose here. And the top notes are raspberry, rose absolute. The hard notes are peony, jasmine, pink. It has also pink pepper, and the base is musk and vanilla. So the vanilla in this fragrance is very slightly noticeable, and it blends so beautifully with the raspberry and the blackcurrant. And moving on to my number 1, and this is going to be the fragrance that I've chosen to wear this Valentine's Day, and this is Love is in the Air by House of Sillage. And the first time when I smelled this fragrance, I was absolutely sure that I'm going to choose Love is in the Air for Valentine's Day because it's very girly, very feminine, beautiful, and so well-balanced fragrance. And also this is my boyfriend's favorite fragrance. So let me go ahead and give you a close-up. And this fragrance has top notes of plum and blackcurrant, heart notes of jasmine and cedarwood, and base notes of musk and patchouli. And I love fragrances that have patchouli in the base. And the patchouli here is done in such a gorgeous way. And now because I'm spoiled, I'm wearing this fragrance today. And that's why I'm just going to spray that on my wrist and on myself. And this is the kind of fragrance that makes me happy. And this is one of my favorite House of Sillage fragrances. So it has a very fresh, slightly delicious opening of blackcurrant and plum. And then I can immediately feel the jasmine that adds that fresh floral note. And also I can feel the musk and the patchouli. The patchouli in this fragrance is done incredibly well. This is a very bright, fresh patchouli note. If you want to know a little bit more about the fragrances from House of Sillage, this is one of my favorite fragrances from House of Sillage. I'm going to have a link to a video because I did a review of the whole signature collection from House of Sillage fragrances, so I'm going to have a link in the description box, or I'm going to pop a link right here. Every time when I wear this fragrance, it's like I'm having a moment of happiness. It really makes me feel so beautiful, and I believe that a fragrance can change your whole mood. So this is my secret weapon. And I'm usually keeping this fragrance for special occasions because it's a little bit on the pricey side. However, it's absolutely worth the investment because also the bottle is and the packaging is very exceptional and very extraordinary because it comes in a French glass, and each of these fragrances are made in France from start to finish, and also the cap has 158 Swarovski crystals, which makes it a true work of art, and I feel very spoiled every time when I see this on my dressing table. Now I know that this fragrance is a little bit on the pricey side, but I definitely think that it's worth the investment because the juice that's inside is quite exceptional, and this is a fragrance that gets me so many compliments. Also, my boyfriend is in love with this fragrance. This is his favorite House of Sillage fragrance, along with Cherry Garden. There is something about this fragrance because it really gets me so many compliments, but it's also the kind of fragrance that uplifts my spirit. So these are my top 5 fragrances for Valentine's Day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please don't forget to leave me a comment and tell me what is the fragrance that you're planning to wear this Valentine's Day. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!